Chair of the Economic
Okay, let's go live to City Hall, where Deputy Mayor Jennifer McKelvey is making an announcement about festival funding for 2023. We'll listen in live.
On a cold winter day. So great to have them join us here today at City Hall. A big thank you too to the steel pan performer here today and all of those from Caribbean Carnival. It's just one of the amazing, great organizations that call Toronto home. And today I'm delighted to announce that through the 2023 budget, we are providing almost $2 million in total funding to 44 local cultural event festivals this year. This funding has been made possible through the Cultural Festivals Funding Program, which is now entering its second year. This includes multi-year recipients and returning favorites, including Salsa on St. Clair, Luminata, Caribbean Carnival here with us today, as well as the 2023 Pride Festival. Annual recipients include Takaranto Music Festival 2023, Toronto Jerk Fest, Francophonie en Fête, Scarborough Summerfest 2023, St. Patrick's Day Festival, and Celebrate Toronto. This year, we also have 19 new recipients receiving funding for cultural festivals in Toronto. And today we are joined by representatives from Celebrate Toronto, an organization which is a first-time recipient of Cultural Festival Funding Program. Cultural Festival Funding Program. These cultural festivals are so important to enhancing the social life and vibrancy of the City of Toronto. Cultural festivals have an incredibly positive economic and social impact on Toronto, from creating employment and volunteer opportunities, attracting tourists and revenue, raising awareness of important issues, and creating social connections. And they're also a lot of fun. The Cultural Festivals Funding Program has been designed to support the development of the festival sector while promoting access, equity, inclusion, service innovation, excellence, and resilience. The Cultural Festival Funding Program was developed to meet that need. The program was created in 2021 to increase the reach, accountability, and transparency of city funding to cultural festivals. The city developed the program in close consultation with council, stakeholders, and communities seeking city support. Since this funding was created, we have seen growing requests for more, and we recently established festivals to access city supports and funding. This has been particularly true of festival producers from outside the city core and from diverse cultural communities. I am thrilled with this program, so happy to be here today to announce the positive impact that it's going to have on our city and its residents, as well as the high demand that we see for this excellent funding. From Caribbean Carnival to Pride, I'm looking forward to taking part in some of the cultural events and festivals that will be taking place across the city starting this spring, and I invite all Toronto residents to do the same. I'd now like to invite Michaela Doria, CEO and founder of Celebrate Toronto, to speak.
Thank you for having me. We are excited to be a recipient of the Cultural Festival Funding Program. The CFFP, as we'll call it, demonstrates the city's commitment to supporting its diverse and vibrant arts and culture scene. These programs help to foster creativity, support artists and cultural organizations, and enhance the quality of life for Torontonians and visitors alike. Celebrate Toronto provides a platform for Torontonians and visitors to come together and celebrate the vibrant culture and the fabric of the city. With the support from the CFFP, our nonprofit organization has been able to expand its programming in multiple venues across Toronto, providing a platform that supports local artists, musicians, and small businesses as we engage visitors and residents to reimagine Toronto's rich culture and diversity scene. So next week is March 6th, and it marks Toronto's 189th anniversary. And each year, we are here at Nathan Phillips Square in front of City Hall, and we throw a great big event just to celebrate our city, and we work along with all residential businesses. We have 40 vendors, we have musicians, and the whole bit. Art installations that go across the city. And with the CFFP, as mentioned, we are able to expand for 2 weeks across Toronto. 8 venues, 150 businesses, 30 artists, 80 musicians, and the proof is sort of in the pudding. So it's a time where we can kind of come back, reflect, and say it's time to celebrate Toronto. So we look forward to seeing everybody next week, and I'd like to congratulate everybody on the CFFP funding, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Michaela. And thanks so much to Celebrate Toronto and Caribbean Carnival for making sure that we had examples on hand for you to see. Cultural festivals, the Deputy Mayor has said it, they are what make the city vibrant. And I'm reminded as we launch, and a festival will start so soon, right now in the dead of winter, we'll still celebrate Toronto's birthday with the help of this organization. And I know sometimes as people are traveling around the city, they'll go, "Oh, what's happening here? Why can't I get on St. Clair?" And it's because there's a festival going on. And sometimes we balk at them for a bit. But we have to remember that that's how you know a city is truly alive, is when it is saying, okay, let's stop on this street and have a celebration. There are lots of good reasons for each of these celebrations. And while they kind of make a challenge to the weekend for most of us, what we have to do if we want to get over that challenge is simply to join the festival and be part of a vibrant city. And so a reminder to people, well, the city is putting in funding here, a $2 million festival program. A reminder to people that in each of these groups, it also requires donations from outside. Lots of businesses are taking part in this. Sometimes money comes out of the pocket of the very organizers to fill the void and make sure that each festival is the best it can be. 44 local festivals taking part, mostly in the warm weather months, but thanks to Celebrate Toronto, we won't have to wait that long. But it means that you will all have an opportunity to really be in a vibrant city, and we all need that now more than ever. It also grows that cultural sector. Someone is inspired. Surely someone is inspired at each of those festivals. They think, what can I do? What do I want to do in the arts and culture sector? And so every young person that sets foot in the parameters of one of those festivals is inspired to make sure that this goes on and on well into the future. It's why we are putting our own funds into it. It goes hand in hand with all the community efforts and the business efforts to make this the vibrant city that everyone can succeed in. So after a few challenging years, it returns. We'll call this Festival Season 2023, but what we hope is that it goes on for many years to come and grows and grows. So what I'm going to do now is turn the microphone back to Mayor McKelvie. Deputy Mayor.
Deputy
McKelvie.
Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Deputy Mayor.
Wishful thinking.
Well, any questions? Yes.
What is the status of Taste of the Danforth for this year?
That is a good question. Maybe we have city staff that can speak to the individual programs.
Matt Otis with Economic Development and Culture. So we're working very closely with the Taste of the Danforth and the BIA to look at their options for this year. They're in the process of looking at who a production manager might be for the festival. As far as we know, it's slated to happen beginning of August. And so we're just waiting to hear back on them, what those plans look like in the new reimagined landscape that is the Danforth. Thanks.
Are there any other festivals or events that have sort of a pandemic hangover, as the city does in so many ways?
I think all of us have a pandemic hangover. But at the end of the day, I think everybody's just coming back into the landscape, and having people out and on the streets again is a very positive thing. So we're working very closely with all event organizers as they come forward to look at what those challenges might be and try to provide a coordinated approach from a city perspective in terms of how we support them. All right.
Yes, Deputy Mayor McKelvie, a non-festival.
Sure.
I know you said you're not going to run for mayor in a by-election. A couple of your colleagues and past colleagues are kind of out talking about their ambitions. Are you going to endorse anybody?
No, I think it's important that the Office of the Mayor remains independent throughout this process, so I'm not looking to endorse anyone now or later. Okay.
On that note, now that this is starting to happen, how does this impact your ability to do the job that they are wanting at some point in the future?
So it's business as usual at City Hall. We have wonderful city staff. You heard from some of them today. We have wonderful councillors that I work with on council. We know what the mandate is for the year. That was set in the budget, and that's what we're all here to deliver on.
Deputy Mayor, the budget does have the $1.5 billion hole from last year and this year. Mayor Tory had talked about having an aggressive campaign to try and get the federal government and the provincial government to step up. Is that on hold? Is that continuing? Are you talking to Chrystia Freeland or Doug Ford or anybody else? Where is that at?
So we've started the discussions with both levels of government. I did speak with the Prime Minister on Friday. I did tell him that an important role I saw for myself is to try to bring the city's finances into as good of a state as I can for the next mayor. And so I said it was about renewing the relationship and starting that conversation. And I let him know that we will be following up with Minister Freeland on what the needs are for the City of Toronto at this time.
Can you tell us about, did you call him, he called you, and what was his response?
So he said that he's looking forward to working with us. He said that he absolutely knows shelters, for example. That's something that we have a strong partnership with the federal government and continue to work on that. But it really was about opening the conversation in establishing the lines of communication with each other. Thank you.
Okay, we've been listening to Deputy Mayor of Toronto, Jennifer McKelvie, announcing almost $2 million in funding for local cultural festivals for 2023. These are festivals such as Jerkfest, St. Patrick's Day Parade, as well as Celebrate Toronto. Also saying that this year there'll be 19 new recipients. She was also asked if she would be endorsing any mayoral candidates, and she stated that she felt it was important for the office of the mayor to remain independent at this time.